Hello Taurus! Thanks for tuning in and joining me for the August of 2020 Tarot Scope with Animal Totem. My name is Vickieverlie. I'm the Rock and Roll Prophetess. I do psychic tarot, astrology, channeling. I've been doing professional readings for over 30 years, so I have a lot of experience. Today, as always, we're going to start with the reading with the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my design, followed up with a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. If you are a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be an additional card pulled from this month's deck, or 3 additional cards from the Samurai. I hope I'm pronouncing that deck. Also, just for fun, I pulled out my lots. I have these available for sale on my site. I have lots of love and lots of proverbs, and usually I don't use them with tarot cards. I usually just kind of pull them on, separately, but I thought, well, I haven't used them on the screen for a while. Why don't I just pull them out and you guys can kind of get a vibe of what they're like, just for a little extra bonus kind of fun for everybody. All right, this is for Taurus Rising, Taurus Sun, and Taurus Moon. You might want to look at your North Node. If there was a 4th thing that I would look at, I would say your North Node would be the thing, if you know that. If you don't know that, by the way, I have a free astrology thing on my website. Okay, this goes first and then this. These cards have been shuffled thoroughly, and I'm just doing a loose shuffle to kind of allow Spirit to pull out the cards that are appropriate for Taurus for August. I was saying that if you don't know your chart, I have available on my website where you can get a free, it's just a real basic printout. And then I also have a short pay-per-view video that kind of explains what everything means if you're interested in that. Alright, so here's your cards for August. I almost said October, but it's August. 1 second, let me get a drink of water. The first card out is the Hierophant. This is some kind of a big group that you would want to belong to. Sometimes it's a church, it could be where you work, it could be, organization or that type of group, something along those lines. And the King of Rods is definitely like part of it, or maybe bringing you in, or maybe telling you about it, or maybe somebody that you meet in the context of this, I know under quarantine, but this could even be like an online group or something like that. It's showing as a guy, but its gender doesn't count. It could just be anybody. But it's showing up as a fire sign. So that would be a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. Now, we're going to be in the sign of Leo for the majority of August. So this could just be saying this is happening in the time of Leo. One thing I can tell you about the King of Rods is that he or she is a king. They're not a page, they're not a knight, they're a king. So that means that they've got a lot more experience under their belt, and that they are, they don't behave, even though it's a fire sign, and fire signs they're very youthful and can be kind of, playful and childish or childlike. This one is more, worldly, he or she is more, it's just more advanced, I guess would be the word almost. There's a lot of money cards showing up for you here. You got the 10 of Pentacles. This is the biggest money card in the entire deck. I know the Death card's here. Death just means there's going to be a big change. And I feel like this whole thing here, whatever this involves with this fire sign and the Hierophant, that's what's bringing about the change. I don't think you're changing away from this. I think you're going toward it. Like you're changing wherever you're at now, you're putting that behind you. And this is where you're heading here, because the Death is behind him. And he's looking this way. 10 of Pentacles is a lot of money. That's some big money. In a spot where you're not going to have to stress out about money anymore, and you can release a lot of your poverty consciousness. Now, usually Tauruses don't really have a lot of poverty consciousness, but you can tend to be, hold on to money, The 2 of Rods is here, and that is a card of really seeing your vision. It's also a card of a very strong partnership. So this could be a very strong partnership and friendship. And the 2 of Rods says that you really see things the same way. Like you're really on the same page, you really get each other, you're really moving in the same direction. That's another thing on the page. I mean, the two of rods here. So I'm hearing the word compadres. You know, you're what do they call it? Cinco. So what is that called? There's a word like me and you are, you know, we're tight or whatever. I can't think of it. Compadre is a correct term, but there's another word that kind of cinco something. I don't know. I'm not getting it. But that's what's coming through. You're on the same page is a different way to put it. Yeah, through this connection and through this pathway, a lot of things, a lot of struggle could be ending here. And you're going to expand on it. It's not just, oh, this is it, end of story. This Four of Cups is like, once you have this freedom, once certain things are like freedom, you have freedom from stress and some worry and things, then more and more ideas are going to come to you. Once you get this static, this is very much static, you get this out of the way, and then this new thing, other new things can come to you. Okay, let's go ahead and move over to do our animal totem, and then we're going to do the lots also. Just a little extra bonus stuff. You know, I'm looking at this spread here, and that 13 is standing out to me so strong. So maybe the 13th, maybe have you been at your old job 13 years or since 2013? You know, it's going to be different for everybody, but that 13 really is coming through very strongly. Okay, what is the animal totem card for our Taurus friends for the month of August of 2020? Taurus. The deer. The deer is about always being gentle, you know. Even though it looks like you have the death card, that means like there's some kind of a big change or transformation. It seems like it's going to go kind of smooth with the deer card, and it also talks about, you know, being gentle. Gentle, peaceful, sensitive soul. Loving persuasion realizes desires. Pay attention to your surroundings, ready to act in an instant. Quiet introspect reveals the answers you seek. Yeah. This is also a card of quiet introspect. This is like quieting all the noise. And it's not just quieting all the noise, you know, in the outer world, like finding a quiet place. It's quieting all the noise in your head, the worry, the stress, you know, all that good stuff. Well, it's not good at all that bad stuff, I should say. That's when these breakthroughs can come. That's when that information can really come through to you. All right, let's go ahead and ask one message from the lots of, this is the lots of Proverbs. Now usually on this one, I don't use it with tarot, I just have a question. So if you have a question, think about it. Let me pull out one lot for Taurus. If you love something, set it free. Interesting. Well, that's a message for some of you Tauruses out there. I mean, you do have the death card up here. Things are being set free, you know, definitely. I'm hearing that tune, set me free, why don't you, babe? You just keep me hanging on. Yeah, I'm hearing that one coming through. So if you want to look up the lyrics for that, that might have further meanings for you. That's a Motown group. I can't think of the artist right off the top of my head. But it was a big hit back in the day. Okay, now, again with the lots of love, too, I usually don't use them in conjunction with tarot. I have, but this isn't specific. Usually if it's specifically a love reading. But this is another one that you can just sit there with, you know, ask a question, reach in, and pull out an answer. Marriage. So marriage came up. Marriage could be, you know, a predictive thing for some. Marriage could also be, this partnership could be your marriage. You know, this might be your marriage. Might be the partnership that's being referred to in some cases. Your marriage may need some attention, you know, this month. That may be a thing that for some of you that's going to be focused on. Again, I was just doing this for a little bit of extra fun. This isn't going to be a regular part of the reading. I was just going through and sorting out some of my stuff, and I'm going, you know, I haven't pulled out these lots for a long time to use on camera. So I thought, well, you know, just for fun, and maybe some people would be interested in getting them for yourself. If you're interested in getting any of the stuff you see here, the lots, the decks, I have books, I have t-shirts, please do check out my site. Everything that you do to support me and these videos is very much appreciated. I want to thank everybody for liking and sharing and commenting and joining me on Patreon. And if you don't want to do Patreon, you can just do, $1 or $2, whatever. People donate a couple dollars all the time, either through PayPal or the Cash App. Everything you need to know is down in the Show More section. So you don't have to email me with questions on how to get a reading. Just go to look there. All the links are already there. And, check it out if you're interested. These 3 cards we're going to do for our Patreon level 2 supporters. There's going to be an additional 3 cards that do absolutely pertain to the spread. And that's going to be over on Patreon if you're interested in that. The way I do it is you pay one price for all 12 readings. You don't pay for each individual video. So that's the way I do it. I want to thank you all again for tuning in. If you enjoy this content, please do hit the subscribe button. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great month of August, and I'll speak to you soon.